First time we met Stefon Diggs in person, that was at the Minneapolis Super Bowl. And we had a lot of fun with him. We've stayed in touch with him. Obviously, he is now with the Buffalo Bills. And the wide receiver joining us on behalf of Downey Unstoppables. You know, if you're going to represent Downey, you better look clean. Let's say hello to Stefon Diggs, who joins us on the program. Looking good. Looking good. Looking clean.
What's up, big guy? How y'all doing?
Yeah? You want to pull the microphone up there to you?
Yeah, I got you.
All right. We had that awkward moment where he went to shake my hand, I went to give him dap, and then I had...
It's a little early. It's still early. I'll give him to him.
What is policy, though? Do you start with dap or do you start with handshake?
I start with dap typically just because you never know how clean people's hands are. And I'm a big clean. But if I like you, I might.
Okay. But you gave me I kind of forced the handshake when I met you earlier today.
So we're half and half. Right?
All right, just want to make sure
I do like you.
I don't want to get I don't want to get called for encroachment there. So just want to make sure. Which is colder, Minnesota or Buffalo?
It's Minnesota still. Buffalo gets a lot more snow, but Minnesota I'll never forget just because my first year I was outside and M&T Bank Stadium, it was fun, but it was damn sure cold, I'll tell you that.
But don't you think that'd be a great home field advantage if in Minnesota to have outdoors?
Well, I had Buffalo, it's been, we've had inclement weather like the past couple of years. So it's like we do have an advantage when guys come in and it's cold and, when Miami comes or somebody like that doesn't play in the cold. So, yeah, a little bit of advantage.
But should we factor in where you play and what weather you play in when we look at your stats when your career's all over?
100%. I mean, I feel like if we had a nice indoor, I think we're working on something right now, it'd be a little different. But we're out there making it work. The other team is just as slow. So
how long is it going to take to build that new stadium?
I'm no stadium expert. Or maybe a year and a half. Nobody 2 years. I don't know.
Wait, nobody talked to you about this stadium?
I think that's above my pay grade.
Oh, okay. But you could be curious.
I want to ask more questions, but then again, good things come to those who wait, right?
Okay, but how long's your contract for?
I think I got a couple years.
Okay. I just don't want them to get the stadium completed and
I'm long gone.
Then you're gone. Then you're in Miami or something. I asked Deebo Samuel if we lined up all the receivers, everybody in the NFL, who's winning a 100-meter dash?
Is that a real question?
Yeah.
I mean, Tyreek Hill.
Like it's not even a question.
Yeah, it's not that. Like he's a real special talent. He got a different kind of speed. So, and it's a lot of fast guys in the league. When it's a lot of fast guys, you still got to look at a guy like who's really separating at a high level.
Okay, who's the second fastest guy in the NFL?
His counterpart next to him,
Jalen Waddle.
I mean, he's in the mix, and I like Turpin too from the Cowboys.
Yeah,
he plays more like return man, but he's extremely fast too.
Could you put together a 4x100 relay team and maybe medal in the Olympics?
Nah.
No?
Because the track is just a different. It's real speed out there. I feel like the guys that are in the league, they're fast, and I'm behind them 100%. But that track speed's different.
Wait, you don't think Tyreek? Now I tried to set up Tyreek versus Usain Bolt.
Yeah.
And I thought if I did 60 or 70 meters, Tyreek could take Usain Bolt.
I agree with that.
Not 100.
I agree with that.
Because once Usain gets those long legs going, then he's gone.
I like Tyreek on the 6-meter, right?
So you think he because
he has a real chance.
Yeah.
He only separated towards the back end. He used to beat everybody by 10 meters, I guess.
Yeah.
Those legs get to churning. It's kind of hard to stop.
But Tyreek could probably do that to defensive back.
That's my guy.
Yeah. That's your guy?
Yeah, I like him.
All right. Justin Jefferson got Offensive Player of the Year?
Yeah. He deserved
You
that.
okay with that?
He deserved it.
Okay.
I watched him close. He had a great year, especially from the receiver position. I also feel like, coming from
You want to pull that a little closer to you?
Coming from an offensive-driven team, like their head coach was an offensive guy. That plays a huge part in, like, offensive scheme and what they're doing. So,
but no competition, like between wide receivers.
It's tough. I mean, he was getting a lot of targets too, and only people that would really touch the ball as much as him was the quarterbacks. So, I mean, I feel like he deserved it 100%.
Could you feel like America was rooting for you guys this year?
Oh man, 100%. From the beginning of the year, even from the previous year, I feel like everybody went in with the right mindset of just like, man, this year Buffalo should win it and do what they're supposed to do. So. And then with everything that happened, like the trials and tribulations, we had a ton of injuries. We had things happen at the end of the year. I feel like, it's like that feel-good story that you want so bad. Everybody wants that feel-good story, but sorry, but, you know, we live in the real world, too.
Well, it was like a Disney movie. It
Yeah.
just didn't have a Disney ending.
Yeah, it's like more so like a nightmare, maybe.
But how do you describe the feeling that last game you walk off the field?
It was just disappointing. Damn sure frustrated. You know, everybody really put in the grand scheme of things of how long a year is. You know, and our year was damn sure. I mean, it just felt that much longer with everything we had to go through and endure. So it just utter disappointment, frustrated, and it was like, well, shit, we did all this for this, and it seemed like a little bit not real. Like when we lost, and I was just like really like trying to let it register that like, damn, that's what we just did out there. So it was damn sure frustrating and disappointing.
Yeah, and I understand your frustration.
Yeah.
And everything's on camera.
Yeah.
So we see you and Josh on the sidelines.
Mm-hmm.
But I'd rather that, you know, you had passion there than that it didn't bother you. I know that, you know, you've probably been asked about it, looked at it, talked to Josh about it.
Yeah.
But looking back on it, what should we know about that moment where you had words with him?
Well, looking back, it was just a you know, that season that kind of like shook out the way it did. I feel like the first 9 weeks we had a kind of like a formula, like a recipe for winning, and we kind of got away from it on the back end. You know what I'm saying? We were creating ways to win, but it just how we were winning wasn't as smooth as the first 9 weeks.
Yeah.
So, and I kind of attested that just throughout the season. You know, we had a lot of ups and downs, and individually, just trying to keep things tied together. It was just some crucial moments in the year that, like late in the season, you know, late in the fourth quarter, it was opportunities and we didn't take advantage of. So I feel like that last I guess series or that last play when you saw frustration, it wasn't necessarily just that play, but those moments built up to it. Like,
Culmination.
It's and for me it was up to this point, like we've seen quarterback and receivers as far as like tandems and guys who play at a high level, and every quarterback has their guy, you know, in those moments like you are the guy, you know what I'm saying? And up to this point I've been the guy for my team and for my quarterback. So in those moments, of course, I want the ball. You know what I'm saying? I'm never will apologize for that. I show you a good loser. I show you a loser. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
at the end of the day, like in that moment, it was fourth and whatever. Of course, I was one-on-one on the backside, and I wanted to put us in a position to win. So, you know, I'll never apologize for passion because we forget about this game, I guess. Like, and you know, some people say like, oh, don't be a sore loser, or you know, it's hard not to be frustrated. So for me, I always look at it as earlier in that season, we had a real scare. You know, we had something that, you know, we never thought we'll see. 99.9% the thing with DeMar. You know what I'm saying? So it kind of like put things in perspective for a lot of people, and it became real. That slim change became real for everybody. We saw it. So it kind of seemed like we forget how much we're putting into this game until moments like that happen. And so when it's moments like where we lose and people try to tell you to be a good sport or, you know, pat you on the back, like this isn't Little League Baseball. Nothing against Little League Baseball. This isn't Little League Baseball.
They get mad too.
Yeah, I've seen.
They get mad too,
I've
Stefon.
seen. So I was just like, I just want people to really be reminded of how serious this game is and how much, you know, people are putting into it each and every day. I train year round for 17 weeks, you know, or 20 weeks. So in a moment of frustration, I just always want that to be like in the forefront.
He's Stefon Diggs, the Buffalo Bills wide receiver. When DeMar goes down,
Yeah.
I mean, the game is so fast, then everything slows down.
Yeah.
And then everything stops. And it's a weird reaction because you're not used to anything. Like, nothing slows down in the NFL.
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden you see your teammate on the ground. Like, what's the first thing you're thinking?
I just got kind of like a little bit of chills right now, maybe just because it's cold. I'm not sure. But I remember vividly, it kind of happened right in front of my face because typically sometimes I get off the bench to support the defense. So I'm looking, and the way it kind of happened so fast, he fell, and the guys that were behind me, like I thought somebody pushed him, and he just like, you know, like you flop or you go on the ground. But then he didn't move. So it was just a moment of just like, I don't know, like the world stopped. Like it's perfectly, when you say the world stopped, you could damn near hear a pin drop in the stadium. It's just like, because everybody knew something was wrong. It wasn't as simple as like he didn't get up or he had a concussion. So I tell you now, when our teammates kind of rallied around him and got into a circle, it was more so to try to protect him so people couldn't see. But the fact that the people that could see really saw, you know what what I'm saying? So when you were up close and personal with it, it's something that I don't wish on anybody. You know what I'm saying?
But what are you seeing when you're looking at him?
Well, like at first, like when I saw him, I'm sorry, this might be a little graphic, but it was like some blood coming from his mouth, and it was like I was like, it seemed like somebody hit him or something like that. I was like, nah, like something wrong. So when the medical staff, shout out to the medical staff, they rushed over there. It seemed like they knew something was going on, so we rallied behind them and kind of like circled up, and you saw him low key go, come back, and something I mean, I've had experience with life and death. I've seen death, like, but it's just like for your teammate, and it just happens so fast on a football field. It's like this. It's like, damn, what the hell is going on? Like, somebody help! And it's like you just want to see something good happen, and it happened, and it didn't, and then it happened, and then finally things kind of like a little bit turned the corner, and then football was just in the air for a second. It's like this, damn, like we forgot all about football for a second.
What was it like first time you saw him afterwards?
Oh, well, I saw him in a hospital. You know what I'm saying?
Was he all hooked up to?
Yeah, it was a scary sight. I'm not big on hospitals, and that's just a personal thing. Because last time I seen somebody in a hospital was my father, and I kind of saw him in a similar state.
Okay.
So when I saw him, it was real triggering, but it was like some life of hope to be like, all right, he's at least manageable right now, or trying to get to be manageable. So,
but when he came back to the facility,
oh yeah, it was like a breath of fresh air. Like I don't know, it's like I don't know how many cookouts you've been to. How many cookouts have you been to? Have you been to any cookout?
Well, Marvin is inviting me to
okay,
a cookout.
you going to the cookout.
I'm going to the cookout.
I usually do the playlist.
Marvin, tell Stefon the playlist that you have.
Yeah, so I usually do a playlist on like Fridays because I was saying, like, look, when you go to a cookout, the music is so important.
Yes,
right.
yes.
So you play that Frankie Beverly and Maze before I let
smooth.
go.
Yeah,
never too
before I
much.
let go.
Yeah, I told him it's the black version of "Don't Stop Believing" for
100%.
Journey. Right? It is legit a real thing.
Yeah, he's invited to the cookout.
He's coming. Yeah.
I guess. So this is what it's like. When you're invited to the cookout, you go to the. Sorry, I'm setting the stage. But when you go to the cookout, you might see an old cousin that you haven't seen in some years, and it's like cousin, like it's so nice to see you. So that's what kind of.
But could you hug? Like, were you nervous about hugging DeMar?
Nah, because he was moving around. So I was like, I figured, like, I mean, I wasn't gonna squeeze him or nothing. But I gave him a little hug.
All right. Fair enough. Tell us what you're doing with Downey.
Oh, I'm here on behalf of Downey, Unstoppables. I'm all about looking clean and fresh.
No, you look good. You look clean. Yeah, you look good.
One of my suits I had in my closet, so I'm all about and smelling fresh. I like to smell good, so it's like perfume for your clothes. It just, you might not, it doesn't clean your clothes. Let me be clear about that, but it will have you smelling fresh.
Now, does your shirt have digs on the collar?
Nah, that's Dior.
Oh, Dior.
You see, I had to jab him.
My bad.
I said, hey, you might get one of those at the cookout, though. You know, that's stuff that happens at the cookout.
Okay, Dior. You got to get digs.
I know. I'm not that cool yet.
You're not?
Nah.
Who could do that in the NFL?
You could do it.
Well, I could, but I'm not in the NFL. Like, could Mahomes do it?
I don't know. I don't know if that's his swag. He's like
Joe Burrow could do it.
Joe cool. I give it 100%. I'm going.
Are you okay? Are you okay with Joe's outfits that he wears?
Yeah, I love his swag. I love his swag. Like literally, he comes in there. He walks in the stadium. How, if I was a quarterback, I would want to walk in the stadium. You know, Joe cool.
You got to be a damn good quarterback if you're a white guy coming in with stuff like that.
I heard you played a little quarterback.
A little bit, yeah. High school.
High school?
Yeah.
Oh, what made you switch over? You didn't.
I didn't like when they hit me. You get the red jersey in practice. I have to take the red jersey off, and I'm not Josh Allen. I don't take contact like that.
I get it.
All right, so Downey Unstoppables, and let's see, partner with a mystery celebrity hidden under a sweatshirt washed in Downey Unstoppables?
Yeah.
To be revealed during the Super Bowl? Okay.
Soon come.
Right.
I actually brought you something, too.
What do you got?
Can't be as cool as the
No.
thing, but...
No. Do you have me? Oh, you got a...
Because you're my good friend
I got a chain here?
And you're invited to the cookout? You got to have something to wear to the cookout.
Okay. I don't know if I can wear this to the cookout.
Downey Patrick.
DP. You're one chains.
Oh, he's one chain. He's one chain. One chain at the cookout. One chain's at the cookout.
All right.
Donnie Patrick is coming to the cookout. He's ready.
If I walk into the cookout like this and I go,
They're gonna
"What's
love
up,
you.
Holmes?"
They're gonna love you.
They're gonna say, "Okay, I see you."
I see you with your ice.
Pimping ain't easy.
Yeah,
That's
look
what
at
I'm be saying about it. What's up, home slice? Hey, thank you for joining us during the year, and I know it didn't end well, but you're always one of our favorite guests. You're just a fun person.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys.
So it's Downey Unstoppables. He's Stefon Diggs, the 12 Weeks of Freshness. We'll take a break. Our play of the day is up next.